are you talking about me?
We often get people making videos about us. I usually don't even respond to people. I just don't get into those rumbles. Personal back and forth drama. People will lie about us all the time. So many have made videos, so many people. Some of them are what we would consider our own. And I always get people asking, bro, this guy has been talking about you for the longest time. Aren't you respond? Aren't you going to say something? Oh, you gotta respond, bro. People love drama too, like, people love manosphere drama, so they try to get you into this. Guys, I look at it like this. Let them. Even if it is lies, let them lie. Let them misrepresent my opinions. Because people here watching my videos will know the truth anyway. And people who don't watch my videos, who will hate on me regardless of what, without even watching my content, they don't matter anyway. So they can keep thinking whatever they want. If I get one guy, one single person from those slander videos, one guy saying, let me watch this rehab guy and see it for myself, he's gonna see that the reality is different. Even a single person, and that is the W for me. That is the W. The rest, those double-digit IQ crowd, they are not gonna watch my videos anyway. So what they think don't matter. So let them keep lying, bro. Let them keep misrepresenting me. But I will make an exception. One-time exception this time only. So think before you sleep channel. You know, 1 million followers, right? I am sure you guys are gonna remember him. Spends a whole month, doesn't upload anything, then comes back with a video about me filled with misrepresentations, lies, taking stuff out of context, with 5-second, 10-second clips he picked from 30 videos. 30 videos, bro.
After watching like 30 of his videos,
hear this guy has 1 million followers. Almost million. Like, that's a responsibility, right? That's a responsibility. And what does he do with it? Gets caught up in his emotions. Spends an entire month on a guy with 20k subscribers. Entire month. Doesn't upload anything. Meticulously goes through my entire channel and creates a compilation. A compilation of clips to paint me as some deranged crazy person. Purposefully leaves out the 95% of my videos that would show me as reasonable to his audience and just plays that 10-second one-liner at the very end. Like, guys, this is the situation. I find it funny. I mean, I'm not gonna play the entire video, 58-minute video. I simply can't, man. I don't have time for this cringe back and forth drama. Even this is a waste of time. I am doing this because I am kinda, you know, fed up with, oh bro, you're going to respond. You gotta respond, bro. So I'm gonna do this, but even this I don't want to do, actually. But it is not the funny part. Funny, but not the funniest. The punchline is this, hear this. He didn't even have the heart to address the elephant in the room. What really made him make that video? And you wanna know why? Because he didn't want his audience to see my video. He doesn't want his viewers to see that I didn't go through his 30 different videos, cherry-picking 5-second, 10-second one-liners from them. Like, I don't skip to the end of his videos to misrepresent his opinions. That is how much he was bothered by my video. He couldn't even utter it. That is the funny part. So what does he do? A lot of cherry-picked misrepresentations of my opinions. A lot of lies, lies by omission.
I swear, after watching a bunch of his videos, Rehab acts like women bring out their rulers and measure a guy's facial proportions before they decide how to treat him.
Like, he doesn't show the parts where I talk about that guy needing to drop a lot of weight. He doesn't show the part where I say there will be cases, okay, there will be cases, even losing weight might not save you. But in order to know that, you gotta lose weight first to see if you really have bad craniofacial features. He doesn't show the part where I talk about his hair, how to fix his hair. He doesn't show any of that. You know what he talks about? The only part at the end, you know, I tried to measure his facial ratios to be able to tell if he has some good craniofacial features under the fat. And even there, I made it clear that I cannot tell clearly because this guy is fat. But he doesn't mention any of that. He just shows the part where I make, you know, drawing on his face and makes fun of that. The entire video is like that. The entire video. He creates a straw man against the BP, or if you are 5'8", your life is all over, you can never have a girlfriend under any circumstances, which we don't say, and spends the next 5 minutes discussing about that. You guys see why I don't make response videos to people lying about me. I am not gonna sit here for 3 hours going over them one by one, saying, oh, I didn't say that, no, I didn't say this, that is not my position, you are taking it out of context for each one of them. I am not gonna do that, but I will still show some parts of that video. There is one part where he is right. I am gonna concede that.
So a family of 3 could survive off of just $40K a year?
Yeah, it's just not going to be a lavish lifestyle.
Sounds great. She doesn't need frivolous luxury items to be happy. The point is here that for every woman out there who's asking for a guy's bank statement on a first date, there are also the majority of women who are way more down to earth, who don't do things like that, and are fine with making things work without an endless supply of expensive material possessions.
But does the reality show you that? Women on camera are gonna be much more willing to give you the socially acceptable answer. Does your experience in real life tell you the same? Be honest with yourself, dog. Were you pulling women? Were you having the same success with women before you had 200, 300,000 subscribers on YouTube? Question mark. Were you having any success with women when you were making those angry MTA videos as a small content creator? Question mark. Question mark. I am just asking a question here. I am asking you if you were having any success with females when you were making those angry MTA videos, and if you were not, there's a question mark before that, and if you were not, why do you think that is? Question mark. Dudes who make minimum wage in the West, 30K, 40K, why do they feel the need to go to Southeast Asia? Question mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, do they fare well in the dating market, or for some very weird reason, it just so happens that there is no connection when it comes to them, right? Or women prefer connection over money, sure.
The majority of women value good connection over what you can buy them.
Let me make a quick edit here. If he means connection that women believe they have because of their attraction to a man's looks, then yes. But I doubt that is what Sean meant. If he meant attraction because of looks, then yes, he would be right. A Chad making 30K, 40K a year will get endless amount of women. Money will not be a problem then. But Sean probs mean the oofy-doofy meaning of connection, you know, having common hobbies and stuff. You cannot disprove hypergamy just by showing some TikTok clips. Just like you can't prove them with TikTok clips either. Funny how he attacks Manosphere, those MTO guys, for using TikTok clips, which I agree with him on. I agree. TikTok is not the proof. But then turns around and does the same himself. It ain't a problem then.
Look at all these single guys. It must be because women suck. Well, did the study say that? Or is it possible that they are single because they never go outside, and women in those age groups are less likely to be single because women typically date older men who have better jobs and are more willing to commit? Look, women rated most men as unattractive, but forget to mention that women will still talk to these guys anyway. Do you know who is more exclusionary based on appearance? Men. 2/3 of men are messaging the best-looking third of women, so no shit they don't get picked as often. Also, here's a guy who mentions that they don't really discuss how the attractiveness ratings were obtained. That matters because, for example, this totally decent-looking guy with the guitar here might have rated lower because he's a musician and that makes him look broke.
A big chunk of his attacks on me are just laughable claims like this, filled with contradictions. Oh, it is because of the guitar in the background, makes him look poor. When only a few minutes ago he was talking about how it ain't about being rich, it ain't about money, but about connections, having cool hobbies. He leaves out all the other dating app experiments, data, studies, all the other stats out there that I use in my videos, that he saw himself 100% because he went through 30 videos, but decides to show the OkCupid data, and the simulated graph. The weakest ones. He found 2 that he can attack and he focuses on them, but ignores all the rest. Then the question you're gonna ask is, does he bring up his own data, counter graphs? You know what he does? He resorts to TikTok clips. Like, you are thinking, surely he comes up with his own series of data, studies, and experiments to disprove hypergamy, right? Nope, TikTok clips. Or insults like, oh, go touch grass, online dating is not real life. Oh, that study didn't have millions of sample size. Oh, but did you read the methodology? Like, he's gonna cope any way he can. But his own argument? Oh, brother Rehab, let me show you this TikTok clip. Sure. Oh, it is because young women go for older men who have jobs and money. I thought it wasn't about money. Oh, women rated his looks low because he has a guitar in the background. That gave women the impression that he is poor. Like, guys, what do you want me to say? Oh, respond, Rehab. What do you want me to respond to? Oh, it is because of the guitar. It is funny how he was talking about, oh, it ain't about money. They are looking for connection. But all of a sudden it is because the guitar, because it gives the impression that he is poor. If there wasn't a guitar there, you know what he was gonna say? He was gonna say, oh, they think he is mid because he looks boring. He looks like he doesn't have any hobbies. Oh, the background is empty. Oh, the mirror is dirty. I mean, like, these are just laughable claims, man. Laughable claims. But at least there's some entertainment aspect. I wonder if Sean is making these commentaries on purpose, like to have some entertainment value in his videos. Maybe, I don't know. I cannot tell with manosphere. But if they are serious, if Sean is serious with all this is why I say you cannot stop a copper from copying. Let's continue under the assumption that he's serious, Sean is serious. Guys, there is no convincing people like Sean. He's coping out of his mind. Oh, OkCupid is old. Okay, bro, here is the newer one. Oh, that only has 1,000 sample size. Okay, here's the result from a dating app that has 100,000 members. Oh, rehab dating apps are not real life. Go touch grass. And then when you explain him why, how online dating revolutionized, majorly impacted real life social landscape, real life dating market as well, he's gonna say, oh, I don't see it that way. Like, there is no end to his copes. So how am I supposed to convince him of anything? What do you want me to respond to? Seriously, like, what do you want me to say? Cop after cop after cop. This is the situation, guys. This is the situation. Coping is like riding a bicycle. In order to start going, to not fall down, you gotta keep pushing the pedals. Notice how he brings up this OkCupid data, because it is old. But he conveniently doesn't address the others. All the others that I show in my videos. He saw them too. He watched 30 videos. There's a recent study for this as well, suggesting a similar trend. There are other dating experiments that suggest the same. The notion that men's rate women's looks way higher than women rate men's. But of course, he's gonna deny everything, meanwhile showing us some TikTok clips. It is funny how the burden of proof, scientific proof, is always on me but never on him. Never on him. Never once he refers to a data or an experiment to disprove hypergamy. Never. Where are all your data and experiments proving the hypergamy wrong then? Show us. You use solid airtight data of women not considering the majority of men as below average in looks. You do it then.
Here's some commentary that Rehab Room did on a Redditor.
He made a public post on Reddit saying he can't get any matches no matter what he does. I mean, it is really no surprise. He's easily sub-5 in these pictures. Not that he's doing anything wrong, but rather he's looking wrong. That is the problem.
There's actually a lot this guy is doing wrong, and there's a lot of things he can do to improve his odds. For one, he can go outside instead of using dating apps. He can get a decent job, he can lose weight, and he can gain muscle and grow a beard.
For one, he can go outside instead of using dating apps.
Rehab acts like women bring out their rulers and measure a guy's facial proportions before they decide how to treat him. It wouldn't shock me if he's never been in a relationship before.
Tell me that.
I won't even answer that.
And he does this a lot as well. He doesn't utter the I word specifically, but has a constant tone of doing this without uttering the word. Usual shaming tactic. Oh, he doesn't have a girlfriend. Oh, this guy probably doesn't leave his house. You don't know the first thing about me. Chances are I lived in more countries than you, traveled more than you. Again, I am not sure about this because I don't know what he went through. Maybe he did travel more than me, but my point is this. This guy doesn't know me to make all these claims. These assumptions about my personal life are not true. Only exception being the girlfriend thing. Only exception. Oh, he doesn't have a girlfriend. People think this is such a cool gotcha moment. They think this is some 400 IQ groundbreaking comeback. Or Rehab, how can you have an opinion on relationships when you are not in a relationship yourself? Or Rehab doesn't have a girlfriend. They think this is a smart take. This is the dumbest take. Dumbest oofy doofy argument.
Rehab Room goes on to emphasize this point in sort of a passive-aggressive video reaction to me. Like, he doesn't specifically say that he's responding to me, but he is responding to arguments that came directly from this video that I made a few days prior.
No, that is not what I do. That is what you do. Or, is he talking about me? Is Rehab talking about me? No, I was not.
I'm not sure if Rehab has poor social skills or if he's experiencing a moment of confirmation bias, but Z doesn't sound confident in this clip. He sounds anxious. Let's hear it again.
Hello girls, sorry to bother you. I'm Z. I'm a street photographer. Oh god.
This doesn't sound confident. Off camera, the girl's skirt blows up like that famous Marilyn Monroe picture, and Rehab Room says that the only reason that these girls didn't immediately call the cops is because Danny is attractive. By the way, don't forget to show that you're different from the racist woke people by mentioning that Danny is successful because he has white privilege. Did you catch that, guys?
This is such a cringe argument. Such a silly argument to make. Oh, he can't talk about JBW, he can't bring up the fact that Z being Indian in the West decreases his chances majorly. Only because woke people believe in white privilege. I don't care what they believe. Unlike you, I don't base my opinions on other labels or on what other groups believe. If I see a truth, I am gonna say it. Saying that being a short Indian with an accent in the West is a blow, devastating blow to your SMV doesn't make you a woke person. Or Rehab, you talk about luck, how everything in life comes down to luck, unfairness of life. You cannot do that because woke people talk about discrimination also. What do you want me to say? I am not even sure Sean has the capacity to see why this argument is so silly. I am not sure. Like, what do you want me to say? There is ample data out there. Indian man, brown man, Southeast Asian man suffer a very significant penalty. A blow to your dating market value in the West. The truth is truth, man. No matter who says it. And unlike Sean, I am not interested in woke, anti-woke labels. I am not interested in those. And I am not gonna stop because some other group I don't even follow might agree with that also. That is what you are concerned about, not me. And Sean, I will let you know this too. We are hunted down by those people you consider woke. Instead of talking about our arguments and ideas, they call us the I word. Not unlike you.
But is it possible that the reason that Danny got a positive response here is because of how he handled the situation? Why don't we watch it again?
Fortunately, it wasn't on, but...
It's very quick, but did you notice that they did accuse Danny of being a creeper? And instead of flipping out or acting like a deer in headlights, he maintains his composure and calmly says, "Fortunately, it wasn't on."
Sure, it is definitely because of that. When they were already giggling before he even opened his mouth, they were already giggling and smiling. Just look at their faces, their body language. Do they seem offended to you? Look at the way they are looking at him. I mean, Sean might not be best at deciphering split-second facial expressions and body language, because guys, you are gonna remember, if one considers going to the gym a good socializing practice, that would explain it.
Raymond does do social activities like go to the gym, but his problem is not that he doesn't socialize enough.
When it is a dude women find hot, they are gonna let him get away with anything. Meanwhile, people will micro-criticize every little thing you do. Oh dude, bro, there wasn't enough distance, not enough space. Distance should have been bigger. That is why you got rejected. You said sorry, bro, that is why she didn't vibe with you. Cop after cop after cop.
No. If some guy they didn't know started taking creeper shots, even if he was a Chad, they would not be okay with that.
Brother, you have just seen two girls being okay with it. Just cause he's cute. What do you mean no? You just showed that they are actually okay with it. Giggling and playing with their hair. Despite thinking he took a creep shot. Dude, if the initial attraction is there, women are gonna let you get away with what would be called creepy behavior otherwise.
But just in case you still don't think that social skills are important, here's a guy impressing women that I'm sure that Rehab Room would say is not attractive, nor is he tall, as he's almost the same height as Emiru, who is 5'3".
Can I have both of your hands for this strip?
Yes.
A little bit closer, like right here.
Oh my, yes.
As you can see, it's a Sharpie.
Uh-huh.
So, like I said, this is a Sharpie, and Sharpies don't tend to erase that well when you draw something on your hand.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm gonna draw a little heart mark just like this.
Cute.
Now, like I said, although Sharpies don't erase well, they can actually transfer. So I can just get rid of it just like that. And now it's actually inside my hand. But if I flick it right inside yours, you can slowly feel the heart being drawn. And if you
What?
flip it over.
What? What? What?
Yeah.
Wait, that was so cool. What? That was really amazing.
Wow, how did he do that? How is he able to impress them despite not being an 8 out of 10? After watching Rehab's videos, I would have thought that Emiru would have called the police on him just for being in the same room because he's not a Chad.
Oh, look at this clip, guys. Women who are being recorded on a live Twitch stream don't refuse to interact with him. That destroys the VP. Oh wow. We are done. Guys, we are done. Sean cannot cannot decipher that those girls are not being flirtatious.
It looks kind of bad when you only show Z's failures while also only showing Danny's successes.
I did say Z got some yeses too. There is a whole section, which he didn't mention of course, he didn't show. There's a section of me talking about how his success clips are actually even bigger failures, even more telling than the ones where he gets told no. A big section of my video was literally dedicated to that. But it is about how you get them. It is about the nature of the interactions. That is why I called it hostage footage. Hostage footage. You can never disprove the BP by showing women having manners, being polite on camera. But do they flirt and hit on Z? In none of those videos, none of those Z videos, and I watched every single one of them, almost every single one of them. In none of them I have noticed girls flirting with him, or their eyes lighting up the moment they see Z. Something that happens in Danny's videos multiple times, several times.
The entire moral argument is telling people to give up because they weren't born with the right genetics. They straight up tell people that nothing matters except for how you were born, and they have mantras like, never get up.
You've forgotten what I told you a long time ago. One of the painful truths of comedy. You always take shots from folks who just don't get the joke.
Guys, you know what I like about this community? We know how to make fun of ourselves. We don't take everything too seriously all the time. Someone like Sean? Of course not. Or you are telling men to never get up. Brother, that's a meme. From Jeremy Meeks clips where he tries to say never let up, or never give up, but ends up saying never get up. Combined with his mannerisms and absurd story, his life story, it makes a meme. That's all it is. Like, these guys are taking everything I say too literally. Guys, in life, in general, you come across people who take stuff too seriously all the time. People who can't detect sarcasm and ironic comments. They were born with broken sarcasm detectors, right? There comes a point when you come across these people, you can't help but wonder, like, brother, where did you learn to socialize? Did you learn to socialize at some gym or something?
If you see any of Danny's videos on camera, which I imagine Rehab Room would have looked up because he's rating Danny's appearance, then it is very apparent that he is very feminine. I was actually shocked to hear that he wasn't gay because I instantly thought that the second I saw him, and I had to watch hours of content to find out that he wasn't. So when you see these women saying, "You're so cute, we're gonna steal you away for some drinks," as they hug a stranger despite living in what looks like a city, it is likely that they're doing that and are open to him not because they're attracted to him, but because they think he's gay and not a threat.
Sure, bro. It is cause girls thought that he was gay. This might be your biggest cope yet. I mean, what do you even say to this, man?
Of course they're going to say yes when he can take pictures like this. Good pictures are like a status symbol to women because good photographers are hard to find. Professional photography is expensive, and Danny tells them that he will give them the pictures for free. Rehab is one of those people who thinks that your life is basically over and a woman will never love you if you're under 6 foot tall.
That is what he does. Intentional misrepresentation. The entire video is filled with accusations like that. Either he's coping out of his mind, just like I showed, or he's lying, arguing with something which isn't our stance, our position to begin with. Throws out a lie and spends the next 5 minutes on that. I always tell people to work on other aspects of their lives. I always say that just because you can't attract women doesn't mean you shouldn't work on getting a better job. What I say is, just don't fool yourself that the attention you are gonna get afterwards is gonna be real. Sure, go work on that YouTube channel. Try to be successful, but don't forget how you were treated before. If you ever manage to get to those numbers, to 200, 300,000 subscribers.
Which tells people to not try to change what they can. Don't go to the gym, don't work on your appearance, don't try to get a good job, don't work on your social skills. It's a lot better to be ugly in a luxury car than it is to be ugly in a shitter car that's 10 seconds away from breaking down. Have you ever tried going outside before and asking a woman out in person like a man? Telling them that everything is doomed, and following that with don't try to improve your life. But telling them to give up instead of figuring out how to make do with what they have will only make them more miserable, which will make their lives worse, because based on what he said in the past, The minute he gets a girlfriend, he's a grifter. And here's Rehab flat out saying that everything is luck.
Luck is everything. I tell people to reach their potential first. I tell them to geomax, yes, geomax, that the mog is relative. I talked about looks maxing multiple times. Get a hair transplant if they want. If they are fat, you gotta lose weight. You cannot afford to be fat as a man. If you are white, geomax. I have never said your life is over if you are not 6 foot. Yes, looks overall as a package, not only height, are the biggest, most important factor. And gonna trigger a domino effect in other aspects of your life as well. But I always say that face is more important. Height and background come later. The whole eternity of looks. I talked about neurotypicality, the fourth horseman. I have said that in multiple videos. But of course, he's not gonna mention any of that because that would paint me as reasonable to his own audience. He can't afford that. Oh, look, Rehab said everything is luck in this 5-second long clip with Harvey Dent in the background. Look how deranged he is. There is no point going over them one by one. All silly accusations that anyone who watches my videos will know that it's BS. I'm not gonna address them one by one, but I will talk about where I think he is right. There is only one section, guys, where he had good points, strong moments. I will skip straight to that part.
Rehab, you're supposed to be the expert here, which means your discussion of the study to your audience should include your thoughts on how the terms were defined, their methodology, and the results they got. The discussion section is their interpretation of the results, which should be read, but if you have not received adequate training in that field to give your interpretation of how they collected that data, then you should not be using this study as proof of your argument.
I can't explain some of the stupid, foolish, uneducated words that I uttered.
Now, I don't know how to calculate these numbers, so I'm going to give Rehab Room heavy amounts of charitability and assume they're all correct. Even if they are right, it's still not a guarantee.
This is the only section where he's partially right. This is the only thing I'm gonna concede. It says that abstract is just summary, their interpretation of the results they have found. You need to explain the methodology. This is the only thing. Like, he went through 30 videos. Like, how beautiful moment is this? Someone like Think Before You Sleep went through 30 videos and found nothing. These accusations are not, there's nothing in these. Nothing. The only thing is this.
Let's look at the section about height. It says that about 10% of women said they didn't care about height, 80% said the guy only had to be taller than them, and only 10% of women said he had to be much taller. So it's not over for every guy who's not 6'10". Are girls who want short-term relationships. The girls that you actually want and who are actually worth dating don't mind because you can just resolve your lack of experience in the relationship.
To be fair, it is difficult. It is difficult to measure conscientiousness levels objectively. So you gotta take what they have to say. But fair point. But it is also ironic how he can take women's word when women self-report that kindness is what they are most attracted to. He doesn't question it then. Then he goes, oh, you see, it ain't about the looks, it is the proof, look at this study. He doesn't bring up the methodology then. Funny how that works, right? But he is right here still. Even if he's being hypocritical, he has got a point here. Although I didn't say it is one-to-one correlation or it is the definite proof, I didn't say that it was only genetic and nothing else. Still, he is right. There should be more solid proof before we can say yes, hard work is primarily genetic. That is the only thing. The rest are either pure copium or strawmans. But guys, the moral of this video is this. I didn't tell you the fable of Sean for nothing. There is a moral to it. If you try to lie when it is obvious that you are lying, you are gonna lose credibility over time. Incompetent lies, lies of omission, have a way of finding their way back to their sender. These things have a nasty habit of catching up to you. And this is gonna be the last video you are gonna see from me regarding this whole thing. I am not interested in further, back and forth cringe maxing session with Sean. As far as I am concerned, this is concluded. He can make another video if he wants. So guys, please stop. Stop bothering me. Stop asking me, oh bro, are you gonna respond? He's lying about you. Why don't you just respond? Oh, you gonna respond, bro? Guys, just accept that people will lie about us. Let them. Let them lie, bro. Let them do their thing, and we are gonna do ours. Don't be a free agent in life.